What if one of daytime television's biggest surprises was suddenly unfolding right in front of us? Jennifer Hudson has built a powerful identity around her talk show, bringing celebrities, emotional stories, music, comedy, and unforgettable conversations to daytime television. But now, a dramatic news is getting people talking. Could Sherri Shepherd actually be taking over Jennifer Hudson's show? At first, the idea sounds almost unbelievable. Two talented women, two successful daytime personalities, two very different styles. And one question that instantly grabs attention. What would happen if Sherri Shepherd stepped into Jennifer Hudson's place? Social media can turn a small news into a massive story within hours. A headline gets posted, viewers react, comments multiply, and suddenly people are asking whether a major television change is already happening behind the scenes. But before we jump to conclusions, there is an important distinction between a news fan speculation and a confirmed television announcement. So today, we're breaking down the story, the speculation surrounding Jennifer Hudson and Sherri Shepherd, why viewers are connecting their names, and what a possible change could mean for daytime television. Because if there really were a change involving these two stars, it wouldn't just be another television story, it would be a major daytime TV shakeup. The moment the news began circulating that Sherri Shepherd could potentially take over Jennifer Hudson's show, the conversation instantly became bigger than anyone expected. Because this wasn't just another celebrity headline floating around social media, it was a scenario involving two powerful women who have already made their own marks in daytime television. And suddenly fans were left wondering whether the familiar face they had welcomed into their homes could be replaced by someone with a completely different personality, energy, and style. Jennifer Hudson has built her television presence around warmth, music, emotional conversations, celebrity guests, and those unexpected moments that make viewers feel like they are watching more than just another talk show. While Sherri Shepherd has developed a reputation for bringing humor, honesty, quick reactions, and an energetic personality to the screen. So when these two names were placed into the same conversation, it was almost impossible for viewers not to imagine what such a dramatic change could look like. But before the internet turns speculation into a supposed television fact, there is one important question that needs to be asked. Has Jennifer Hudson actually announced that she is leaving? And has Sherri Shepherd officially confirmed that she is taking over? Unless there is an official announcement, viewers should treat the takeover story as speculation. Because entertainment rumors can spread at lightning speed, especially when they involve two recognizable personalities. And sometimes a simple comparison between two celebrities can suddenly become a headline, suggesting that one is replacing the other. Nevertheless, the idea itself is fascinating because Jennifer Hudson and Sherri Shepherd represent two very different approaches to daytime entertainment. And if a host change ever happened, the atmosphere of the program could feel completely different from the very first moment the cameras turned on. With Sherri potentially bringing more comedy, more spontaneous audience interaction, sharper reactions, and a different conversational rhythm, while Jennifer's presence has been strongly connected with music, emotion, celebrity interviews, inspirational stories, and her unique ability to move between serious conversations and entertainment, meaning that replacing one host with another would not simply involve putting a different person behind the same desk. It could completely transform the identity of the program. And that is exactly why fans are so interested in the rumor, because television audiences become emotionally connected to familiar hosts. And when a personality becomes part of someone's regular viewing routine, the idea of seeing another person in that position can feel almost shocking, with some viewers immediately asking whether they would continue watching, while others might argue that a new host could bring fresh energy and attract a completely different audience. And Sherri Shepherd would certainly have the experience to make such a hypothetical transition interesting, because she understands live television, comedy, celebrity interviews, audience reactions, and the unpredictable moments that can turn an ordinary segment into something viewers remember. But then comes the question that makes the entire situation even more dramatic. Why would Jennifer Hudson leave in the first place? There could be countless reasons if such a decision ever happened, ranging from focusing on music and recording projects to acting opportunities, live performances, major entertainment projects, or simply deciding that she wanted to take her career in another direction. Because Jennifer has never been an entertainer who stayed inside one box, and throughout her career she has moved between music, acting, stage performances, television, and major public appearances, constantly showing audiences that there is much more to her career than a single platform. Therefore, even if Jennifer ever stepped away from daytime television, it would not necessarily mean that she was disappearing from the entertainment world, and it could instead signal the beginning of another major chapter. But the moment Sherri Shepherd's name enters the conversation, the story becomes much more dramatic because viewers naturally begin comparing the two personalities and asking who could actually handle the pressure of carrying a show that already has an established identity. And that is where the hypothetical battle becomes interesting, without needing to claim that an actual fight has happened. Because there is a huge difference between Jennifer Hudson versus Sherri Shepherd as an entertainment comparison and a real personal feud, and there is currently no reason to turn that comparison into a claim that these women are secretly fighting behind the scenes. However, imagine for a moment that the cameras were rolling and the two women were sitting across from each other, each representing a completely different style of daytime television, with Jennifer bringing the superstar performer energy and Sherri bringing the comedian and seasoned television host energy. Because that kind of face-to-face moment would instantly create television chemistry, whether it became friendly, competitive, playful, or completely unpredictable. And viewers would probably be watching every expression, every reaction, and every word, wondering whether the rumored transition was finally being addressed. Yet this is exactly where online rumors can become dangerous for the truth. Because once a dramatic headline begins spreading, people often stop asking where it came from and start repeating it as though it has already been confirmed. And suddenly a hypothetical question becomes a supposed announcement. A fan-made concept becomes a breaking news story. And an imagined disagreement becomes a showdown, even though there may be no official evidence behind it. That is why this story should be approached as commentary and speculation. Because the possibility of Sherri Shepherd taking over Jennifer Hudson's show is certainly an attention-grabbing scenario. But the reality should always come before the drama. Still, there is no denying that the idea has created an intriguing conversation about the future of daytime television, because audiences are constantly looking for something new. Networks are always evaluating programming, and television shows can evolve when hosts, formats, or schedules change. So if a major transition were ever announced, the biggest question would not simply be whether Sherri could take the chair, it would be whether she could make that chair her own, because every successful host eventually creates a personal relationship with viewers, and Jennifer Hudson's supporters may not automatically accept another personality stepping into a familiar space. Some fans might welcome Sherri with open arms and say that her humor and experience could give the show a completely fresh identity, while others could argue that Jennifer's personality is impossible to replace because her connection with music, performance, celebrity culture, and emotional storytelling is part of what makes her different. And that debate could become enormous across social media, especially if clips, headlines, and fan reactions begin circulating online. And perhaps the most fascinating possibility is that the two women may never actually become competitors at all. Because instead of one replacing the other, imagine Jennifer Hudson appearing as a guest on Sherri Shepherd's program, sitting across from her and laughing about the rumors, or Sherri appearing on Jennifer's show and addressing the speculation directly. Because sometimes the most entertaining outcome is not a celebrity feud, but two experienced entertainers acknowledging the internet's obsession with creating rivalries. After all, the entertainment world is already full of comparisons, and audiences often turn successful women into competitors, simply because they work in similar spaces, even when there is no evidence that either woman sees the other as an enemy. And that is why the phrase Sherri Shepherd takes over Jennifer Hudson's show should be viewed carefully. Because it is a powerful headline designed to create curiosity, but the truth behind it depends on official information rather than speculation. Nevertheless, the possibility continues to raise some fascinating questions. If Jennifer ever stepped away, would Sherri be the perfect person to continue the format? Or would the show need an entirely new identity? Would Jennifer's loyal audience remain, or would viewers move on? Would Sherri make the program funnier and more unpredictable? Or would audiences miss Jennifer's emotional and musical approach? And perhaps most importantly, could a new host actually transform a familiar program into something bigger than before? These questions are what make the rumor so compelling. Because viewers aren't simply asking about two celebrities, they're imagining the future of a television program they have become familiar with. And whenever a familiar television formula is threatened with change, people naturally become curious, emotional, and sometimes divided. So while there may be no confirmed takeover at this point, the discussion itself has created a fascinating hypothetical scenario. And if an official announcement ever does arrive, the reaction could be enormous. Because Jennifer Hudson has a passionate audience, Sherri Shepherd has her own loyal following, and putting those worlds together could create one of the most talked about daytime television stories of the moment. Until then, however, the smartest thing viewers can do is enjoy the speculation while remembering that rumors are not confirmations. Because the difference between Sherri Shepherd could take over and Sherri Shepherd has taken over is the difference between a possibility and a fact. And that distinction is exactly what keeps this story from becoming just another internet rumor disguised as breaking news. In the end, the idea of Sherri Shepherd taking over Jennifer Hudson's show is certainly the kind of rumor that can send daytime TV fans into a frenzy. But until Jennifer Hudson, Sherri Shepherd, or the network makes an official announcement, it should remain exactly what it is: speculation, not confirmed news. What makes this story so fascinating is the possibility of two completely different television personalities stepping into the same spotlight. Because Jennifer has created a distinctive space filled with music, emotion, celebrity conversations, and inspirational moments, while Sherri brings her own powerful combination of comedy, personality, and television experience. If a major change ever happens, it could completely transform the program and leave viewers asking whether they are ready for a new era. But perhaps the biggest question isn't whether Sherri can take Jennifer's place. It's whether viewers would actually want that change. Would you welcome Sherri Shepherd as the new face of the show? Or would you rather see Jennifer Hudson continue behind the desk? And if Jennifer really did move on one day, who do you think would be the perfect person to carry the show into its next chapter? Now it's your turn. Would you watch a Sherri Shepherd hosted version of Jennifer Hudson's show? Comment Sherri if you think she could take over, or Jennifer if you think Jennifer should stay. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. And most importantly, stay tuned, because if an official announcement ever comes, this story could look very different, and you won't want to miss what happens next.